Hey, just a heads up. If you want to get way more unpopular opinion in your life, head over to patreon.com/unpops. You can get every episode of every podcast we do completely ad-free for just $5 a month. We do 10 episodes a week. That's 12.5 cents per episode. You don't have to listen to them all. You'll want to because they're all really great, but you don't have to listen to them all. We're not saying you have to have that much free time, but if you do have that much free time to kill, Unpopular Opinion is a great way to do it because we put out a whole lot of great podcasts that you should be listening to. $5 a month. You get to hear them before the rest of the world. The benefits are nearly immeasurable. I mean, they are, but you know, just playing around with words. Anyway, patreon.com/unpops. Go sign up. And even if you don't, we love you anyway. Thanks. Enjoy the show.
Welcome to the Monday Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Monday Show.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Monday Show.
Monday Show, guys.
Too loud in here.
Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. We got noise-canceling headphones here.
Who approved that?
We got Angie over at the budget. She took care of everything. And accounts receivable.
How's everyone doing?
Great.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Good.
Yes. Why'd your voice
Yeah.
go up? Is something happening?
Yeah. What's going on here?
Something happening?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, everything's going great. I don't know why you would even ask a question.
Hey, that's my voice. Why are you doing that? What, are we going to break up?
Oh my God, you guys. There's two Raquels here.
I like her. I think she's cool.
Yeah.
She's a great character, everyone.
So, how was
are
your
you-
weekend?
how are you, Adam?
I'm good. I had a day off yesterday. That was
Day off.
You never have a day.
sat around and watched movies.
What'd you watch? What movie
Fun.
films?
I watched what did I watched Birth of a Nation. Let's talk about that. No, it's not.
The original.
Yeah.
There it is.
Sorry.
Took a second.
Took me a minute because I was thinking about other stuff.
What else did I watch this weekend? I watched some good documentaries. I watched Trials of the Free Press. Have you watched that on Netflix yet?
No.
No.
It is fantastic. It's about the Hulk Hogan
fantastic.
Hulk Hogan
the
Gawker
Oh,
trial.
that Gawker thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Wait, who bankrolled him to be able to sue them?
Peter Thiel, the co-founder
what's his
of
story?
PayPal.
Ah.
He had a vendetta against them because they outed him as being gay like 8 years ago.
Why?
What?
Because
Why
that's
would
what
they do
Gawker
that?
did.
That's horrible.
Well, but if you read the actual article, like they did out him, but they were also kind of addressing a really toxic sort of culture in tech where people can't like it's a
Yeah,
really
but you don't-
I don't care.
homophobic.
You don't
It's
fucking
still not
out
your.
someone.
Yeah, it's not your business to out somebody else. That's something somebody has to
Right,
decide on
but
their own
this-
whether they're going to share.
there's a reason there's a 2-hour documentary about this.
that's fair.
Everybody,
All right, we'll watch it.
All right, we will. We've been watching Glow. It's great.
It's really good.
Really good.
Yeah, I've heard good things. I just haven't had time
From
to
us,
watch
we
it.
told you like 10 minutes ago.
No,
It
but
was
I've
really
also
good.
I've heard
Kate Nash is in it.
the singer.
Yeah.
So is Jackie Tone.
Yes, she is. And I was like, why do I know her?
Yeah,
And
she's
then I
great.
remembered, like, oh, she does a lot of the LA comedy scene.
Yeah,
And she's playing Gilda Radner in a movie coming up.
yeah,
Which
that's
makes
right.
sense because
Sure.
she looks exactly like Gilda Radner.
Oh, I don't think you should say that, even if it's true.
She
No,
looks
because
like a
Gilda
very,
Radner was tremendously talented, but
like a
nobody's
very pretty
putting a
version of
poster of her
Gilda
on their
Radner.
wall.
Yeah, she doesn't look like Gilda Radner.
got
She's
the-
skinny and has long,
she's got
dark
the-
hair.
She's got like the she's
Jeff,
got
you don't
the
know.
look.
Jeff
to
don't
it.
know.
No, she's very pretty.
She's pretty. Yeah, I was wondering.
This
I
is
was like,
such a weird
such
podcast.
I was like,
Definitive.
I was watching. I was like, why? I
Yeah,
was like,
she's
why do I know? I was like, why do I know her? And then she did. I stopped in Erica Rhodes' show on the way to one of my shows, and she was performing.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, that's how I recognize her.
I see.
She's good in it. She is. Everybody's really good in it. It's
Nice.
a good show. Mark
It is
Maron,
really fantastic. Yeah,
It's on Netflix.
yeah it's on
What is it?
Netflix.
Netflix.
It's
On the flicks.
on Netflix.
On Netflix.
On the flicks. Then.
It's on
It's funny
Netflix.
because Kate Nash was talking like Kate Nash, and Raquel's like, her accent is so awful.
Yeah,
I was like,
it's
that's
bad,
just
even though
Kate Nash.
she's British. It's like one of those weird British accents that doesn't sound. It sounds almost Australian-y.
Why do actors not get shit for doing bad American accents? Like, have you listened to Benedict Cumberbatch try to hold his fucking American accent together in Doctor Strange?
I thought it was all right.
No, it's fucking terrible. Like that. Like they get far less grief.
Yeah, who's that?
For doing bad American
Gabriel
accents.
Byrne? Is that
Gabriel
his name?
Byrne.
The guy
Yeah.
from
Oh,
Usual Suspects?
how he always-
Once in a while, he just sounds so Irish.
Yeah.
This is making me tired all over. And I'm like, what?
Hi,
What
it's
was
making me
that?
tired all over here. I'm from Pittsburgh.
And it's,
Like, are you?
yeah, and it's
They were
like they.
Pittsburgh in Ireland? Is that where we got that?
You know who nails it?
Who?
Are you going to answer?
Yeah, I didn't
No,
read
I-
it.
Oh, no, I
We
thought you
obviously-
guys were I asked the question. There was a question
Gary
mark.
Oldman.
I was
Gary
gonna
Oldman will nail it every single
s- yeah,
time.
And Liam Neeson.
Nope.
No,
No.
Liam Neeson's
Once in
American
a while,
accent.
he's like, "Mm."
Yeah, Liam Neeson
think
sounds
he does.
Irish
Love
no
Liam
matter what
Neeson.
accent he's speaking in.
I didn't realize that Liam Neeson didn't care because Daniel Day-Lewis did that whole thing about he's retiring from acting and
Yeah.
whatnot, that Liam Neeson and he, when they did a movie together, Liam Neeson was driven bananas by him staying in character all the time.
He's
I was like,
obnoxious.
come on, dude. Like, just
Yeah.
He
like-
must be like you're gonna get a great movie out of Daniel Day-Lewis, but it must be the worst experience.
Yeah, what is it that I don't know. I think it was Laurence Olivier said to Dustin Hoffman, "Why don't you try just acting, my dear boy?"
Yeah. I heard that same thing about Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt, that Brad Pitt was like really in character when they were filming Seven, and Morgan Freeman was just like, fucking come on, kid.
It's got to
Just
be
calm down.
exhausting.
Come on, kid.
And
Yeah.
just like come on.
I would hate that shit.
You're playing pretend. Like,
That said, we
It's
do
a-
need to get an actor in character on this podcast sometime, just so we can.
Just get Matt Lieb on.
Yeah, well,
why do we need an actor in character?
I don't know, just be funny. Like that would be our luck. We'd get like fucking Johnny Depp on this podcast, and he'd be here as fucking Captain Jack Sparrow.
the president. Love.
What an idiot!
Hey, well, whatever.
Is he?
What? Well, it's whatever.
I like him. I don't know. I used to work at the Viper Room a long time ago. He was always nice to me.
Here it is.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
You have personal stories, though. It's you got to remove yourself from. How you
Yes,
know
the
them
person who doesn't know him but only knows him through what's seen through the
Yeah,
news would definitely know them
exactly.
better than someone who actually knew him.
Yeah,
I
that's
stand
fair.
corrected. Please excuse
But
me.
it's fair.
Thank you for
Such
apologizing.
hubris on
Thank
yeah.
you. Maybe you should pull it back.
That was
together.
very big of you too.
That being said,
Apologize.
she conspired to assassinate the president with Johnny Depp.
And
So,
River
like,
Phoenix.
Didn't
Weird.
do that. Oh
Did you kill River Phoenix?
no, drugs killed.
Success
River.
killed River Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix killed River.
Oh, he was there though,
That's how he got that thing on his lip.
That's a guilt scar.
Knife wound.
and they were all like children of God.
Yeah,
their
they
parents
were.
were children of God members.
How'd that
cult.
work out?
I got solicited by them at the Mall of America.
I was shocked that they're still a thing. I was like, really? With all the pedophilia and just everything
Yeah.
horrible and nothing good coming out of it?
It was two young girls, and one of them was pregnant. And I was leaving a
Yikes.
Ruby Tuesdays, which at the time,
Delicious.
for one, still existed, which I don't think it still does.
Is that not still a thing?
Maybe it is, but I don't think their 2-for-1 drinks during happy hour still exist, but it sure as shit
Well, then they
did
might as well
back
not
then.
exist at all.
Yeah.
Depends on probably the state you're in.
So
So you were drunk.
I came barreling out of a Ruby Tuesdays in the Mall of America and got hit up by the Children of God. Their literature looks really cool. Like it looks like space shit. It's like, oh,
nice.
that's the version of
Yeah.
that's the story I want. That's cool.
Did you
Adam
know
is about to recruit us, just so you know. You caught on to that, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to be
I'm here.
pregnant by week's end.
Oh, yay.
Oh, yeah, we did want that.
We're trying.
No, we're going to get married first, and then we'll try.
Gross.
What was I going to say?
Our baby would be,
We'd have
at least
a super
average.
Baby. Yeah, we'd have a.
I agree.
Our cats are great. We didn't even
There.
make those. I was going to say, did you know that happy hour is illegal in Massachusetts? Yeah.
That's interesting.
So
Just
all
rename it Sad Hour.
I think I have heard that.
all happy hour deals are food based, which is great for
I
me.
love that.
Yeah, I think I have heard that.
I go to bars and I'm like 2-for-1 lobster sliders. I'll roll with that. And they're like, "You want a drink?" I'll be like, "Water, please." And they're like, "Fuck, I'm one of them."
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah, but I don't drink either.
Yeah.
That food is fine.
That summer I retired. I kept getting paychecks. I would just go to like Legal Seafoods at happy hour and just write stand up stuff and just keep eating. And it was like so cheap. The whole thing would be like $30, and I would have eaten like 5 meals worth of food.
I still tend to tip though, as though I was paying full price
Oh, yeah.
on that stuff.
Oh, you always do. Yeah, don't
Because
be a
then
dick.
the staff is happy about
Yeah.
it. And
No, you don't be a dick.
I don't
about it.
tip for anything ever. It's just a standing policy with me.
I'm sorry. What? Why is that, Mr. Pink?
No, that's not true. I tip really well.
I know I've seen you tip.
Should we get to the first segment?
Let's.
I guess so.
Hey. Whoops! We set off the music and the Intensity Eagle at
That's
once.
because this section is intense.
What's this segment called, Jeff?
Jeff's a fucking nerd. Jeff's a fucking nerd. Jeff's a fucking nerd.
Hey, fade it
This is different
out.
music.
Nope, it's the same
No, it
one.
wasn't. Same
Oh,
music.
Yeah. We just don't do this segment often.
Oh,
We
Because
don't
Jeff's
do,
a fucking nerd, and I don't like to hear him talk.
all the time.
we don't do this segment very often.
So what are we talking about today?
That's some
We're
nerdy
talking about the
garbage.
Han Solo movie.
Which I didn't even know was a thing that was
Me
happening.
neither.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Do we need it? Is it a thing we need? The
Yeah.
Han Solo movie?
I don't see
tried
why
to
not.
I tried to watch Rogue One last week, and I couldn't get into it.
I didn't. I've not seen it.
You're not missing anything.
So this is just his backstory. Is this like a prequel type of thing?
Yeah, it's like a prequel.
So Chewbacca will be there.
I'm guessing. I'm gonna if I were to make the assumption he'll find his way into meeting Chewbacca, that might be like the ending or something like that.
Every animal that's played Chewbacca since Star Wars started is dead now.
What, you mean Peter Mayhew,
Yep.
the actor?
Dead.
No, he's still alive.
Just like all the lassies.
He's dead
he walks with a
inside.
lightsaber cane, which is weird because they could have made a better cane for him than lightsaber. Chewbacca never carried a lightsaber.
Yeah, Chewbacca didn't have a light. What a fucking idiot.
Come on, Pete.
Jesus.
He looks like if Howard Stern was exposed to the mutagen that the Ninja Turtles gave him. Like he looks like giant Howard Stern. Like it's freakish. Like if you ever look up Peter Mayhew, you're like, oh shit, what happened to Howard Stern? He's like super Howard Stern.
Yeah.
Now I'm curious.
So tell us about the Han Solo movie. It's a prequel?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
way back before
Episode 4.
Before a long
episode-
time ago. So like a
before
long
yeah, it's like
time
So
him
ago.
a prequel, before the prequels?
Yeah.
Prequel?
Now, probably not. Probably sometime between the two. What the
This is fucking outrageous.
Episode 3 and Episode 4, there's 17 years that take place between Episode 3 and Episode 4. And if Episode 4, Han Solo is about 34 years old, we're going to guess that it probably takes place during the prequels. It's funny though with
Wait, who's going to play Han Solo?
See, here's the thing. I've actually kind of avoided a little bit of information about this movie because I kind of want to go into these movies not knowing
yeah, that's
anything.
good.
I'm not a spoiler guy. Like, I haven't really watched. Like, I'll watch a preview for something, but I'm not gonna do further research of like want to hear the secret as to why this is this. And it's like fucking no. I just want to watch the movie and enjoy it.
Right.
Yeah.
God, I forget the
Harrison
guy's name
Ford's
who's
a lot
playing.
to live up to, though. Like 34-year-old Harrison Ford. Who are they going to get to play?
I mean, he's a good-looking kid. He looks like he'll fit the part. You know, he looks like a kid that's 19-year-old
I
Harrison
just don't want
Ford.
them getting some like wormy Ryan Gosling kind of like noodly guy in there. Like, oh, look at my
Well, the thing about it is Disney is going after people that fit more the archetype than they would a famous actor.
You know what?
put 'em
I
in.
appreciate that.
But because it's not like a star isn't going to sell more tickets to a fucking Star Wars movie. Star Wars movies are going to knock it out of the park. It doesn't matter. It's not like, oh, they got Brad Pitt for the Star Wars movie. Like Woody Harrelson's in it.
Yeah.
But like they got him because he's a good actor, not because, oh, Woody Harrelson, he's going to sell tickets. Like, Lando is being played by Donald Glover, which is actually kind of cool. That's a really good pick. Like that's a great pick.
I read an article that said the reason we're talking about this movie is because the directors, were they fired or did they just leave?
Like they left. I think
Like,
it was
like how Nixon left.
Yeah, like
kind of
I'm
Yeah.
not 100% sure, and I think what's best for the movie is if nobody actually have they revealed the reason. I haven't actually gotten the most caught up on it.
Why did you leave cracked? No, I'm just kidding.
I read an article that said the directors were making a comedy and nobody wanted it to be a comedy.
Yeah, there's going to be humor in it, obviously, but in the Star Wars universe, like comedies are, you have comedic elements to the space opera,
Right.
But I like the idea that you can have a smaller focus. Like I like the idea by being able to crank out all these Star Wars things, you don't have to make these big grandiose movies that cover everything. You can have pockets. Like Rogue One was a pocket of a bigger thing. It wasn't
Right.
it was a self-contained story with tiny little elements on
Like
the
that
outside.
thing that we watched. What was the cartoon thing that we watched on Netflix that was Star Wars and it explained all this stuff?
Wait,
They all made their own lightsabers. Yeah, Clone Wars.
Clone Wars. Oh, yeah. The episode, yeah. Well, like Clone Wars was like that. It had little like storylines of like, here's the thing.
I didn't watch Clone Wars.
Clone Wars was
It wasn't
great.
bad. I'm not
fucking
a
dark, by the way.
nerd person, but it was all right.
It's a lot of
Okay, nerd.
like Clone
it
Wars
easy.
has a ton of like straight up murder. Like it's real.
I'm into
like,
that,
Like
but-
there's a lot. Like it's a cartoon, but it's a military based cartoon where people get killed. Like heads get cut off by people all the time. This fucking people like you follow this one story of like one clone trooper, and like the end of the story is he gets shot in the face. Like that's the end of it. Like it's this fucking cartoon that
Good
just
place
has,
to end, though,
it's
'cause where do you go
super
from
dark.
there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like, and it really has its ups and downs. But so they got rid of these directors, and everybody was freaking out. Everyone's like, Han Solo was gonna suck anyway, and it's like, why? Why do you say that? What proof do you have that Han Solo the movie was gonna suck? Is it because it's a prequel, and you're one of those people that's diametrically opposed to the idea that something can be made about something from your past?
Yes, I am, Jeff.
No, you're not, because we did an episode on prequels and remakes with Kyle Clark, and we all agreed that we're 100% fine with them.
Edit that out, Brett.
He will not.
I like the different nuances, the peek into like nerd world of, no, it's not. It's better because of this. Well, it's not going to be very good because of this and this prequel. Well, I disagree with you because it changes the original storyline.
I can't stand those people that.
That was a
just-
good Jeff, by the way.
That's not what I sound like.
That's exactly what you sound like.
Anyway, fast forward a couple days, everyone's like, "Oh, there's no directors for Star Wars anymore. Like for Han Solo, what's going to happen?"
They weren't already filming, were they?
They were,
Yeah.
There's like
I
5
didn't know
weeks
that.
left. They started filming in March. I
Oh
wanna
my
say.
goodness.
Yeah.
And so who did they get to
Yikes.
sort of take over? Fucking Ron Howard.
Yeah.
They got Ron Howard. Like what the
Jeff is
hell?
weirdly pleased about this.
Why wouldn't I be pleased?
Yeah,
with
that's-
that?
Movies
That's
are fine,
insane.
but they're a little bit long and boring.
Well, I mean, I don't think you're going to make a boring Han Solo, adventure.
No one's
movie.
ever
Like,
heard of a boring Star Wars
Yeah,
movie.
it could be boring.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, wow. Watch
you
it.
too.
Watch
Fuck yeah.
it. Watch it.
But it's like Ron Howard. Like what a and like Ron Howard is a great. I feel like I don't know if this
He's a good
was a
director.
favor with George Lucas, because Ron Howard and George Lucas have a really big back history with
Love
each
aff-
other.
oh.
Well, I mean, Ron Howard directed Willow.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch Willow?
Probably.
Where Val Kilmer plays Mad Mardigan and Warwick Davis plays the title character of Willow, who's a
Okay.
magic imp.
Sure. I think I
Stop
saw
trying
it.
to suck us into your nerd world.
Willow. That's like Josh Denny's favorite movie, by the way. Josh Denny's favorite movie is Willow.
That's insane.
I gave him the DVD copy because I had it, and he was just like, "How did you get this?" And I'm like, "Cause I'm anybody."
Yeah.
He's like, "Not everybody has Willow." It's fucking Willow. But and what I was doing when I was researching this and reading up, apparently George Lucas hit up Ron Howard to direct Episode 1. Like he wanted
wow.
Ron Howard to direct The Phantom Menace, and he was like, no. But so like they come out of nowhere, like it's so weird that they got Ron Howard, because Ron Howard's been doing these weird art house, like I'm gonna have Chris Hemsworth be a race car driver, and and like movies that are like really, really well received that make no money.
Yeah.
And so then he's just like, right, I'll do a blockbuster again. And it's like, sure.
Why not?
Dude did Apollo 13. Like that
was not a good movie.
I didn't like it either.
So boring. Jesus.
It's about building up the tension with the characters.
Yeah, but even in the beginning, they're like, well, no one's watching space launches anymore because they're super boring. And then it was just 2 hours of it being boring. It's like, you know what? Those people were sharp.
Yeah.
I don't care if you guys die.
Gary
Like, I-
Sinise and Tom Hanks. It's an A+.
Here's a time when some white gentleman almost died.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care.
I care about that.
White gentleman.
Privileged white gentleman going
Yeah.
out someplace they shouldn't be anyway, almost died.
I don't see you going to space.
Whoa.
Like Tom Hanks or Han Solo.
You've never even been out of the country.
I've been higher than you because I'm tall.
What?
What are
I
you
got in a
talking
plane
about?
and then I jumped as high as I could, so that was probably higher than you've ever been.
What logic is this? Are you a real
Yeah.
nerd? That doesn't sound
I don't like
based on
this.
math.
Well, I'm taller than you,
All right,
and
so-
I've been in I've been in planes, so
You almost said car, stupid.
I've been in a car. I've been in a car too, dick. I feel like you bring up this thing just so you guys can just talk shit on me.
Yeah,
What?
you're super nerdy. Let's just clear that blockage
like-
out now
I-
so I don't have to endure little increments.
Oh, I'm gonna.
I do this
throw
for
it-
Raquel, yeah.
I'm gonna throw it so hard at you. When we go home.
Thanks, Adam.
Don't high five in front of me. Come on.
Jeff, what were you saying?
I sleep next to you at
Nothing.
every superhero movie that comes out.
I'm not taking you to those anymore. I'm not wasting
Me and
my
Jeff,
money.
are we still going to see Valerian? Huh?
Yeah, we're going to see Valerian. You're not invited.
Is that sleeping movie?
It's about smuggling drugs
It's about
to the
that.
airport.
It's about that movie where Raquelle passes out with 2 blankets on her and a bunch of CVS candy in her purse melting.
See, you need that giant purse to go with you to that movie theater.
I bring backpacks with me.
I'll bring a purse.
Again, I feel like we're breaking up.
You keep making fun of me about this Han Solo movie.
Baby,
We'll see
you're
how it goes.
super nerdy.
Yeah.
Should we get to the next segment?
Look, all I'm saying is I really
put
like
Jeff
the
in the
idea of
locker.
having Ron Howard be the director of Han Solo. I think it's like calling someone out of retirement almost
Yeah.
to then show up and like knock it out of the park. Like, so it's like Kirk Gibson having a fucking broken leg.
Unless he shows up and just completely botches it and fucks everything
Well, it
up.
doesn't
not
matter.
Ron
It's gonna,
Howard,
it's
but
gonna sell no matter what. Even if it's terrible, it's gonna make its money back and be fine.
Yeah, but that being said, Ron Howard isn't gonna fuck up. Like what movies?
You're not gonna fuck up, idiot.
What movies has he actually fucked up though? Like it might not be everyone. Like Apollo 13 might not have been your thing, but
it was so
wasn't it
boring.
nominated for an Oscar for Best Picture?
Probably.
That's all
like-
networking, though. That's
not
why the
just
same 5
networking.
pictures.
Yeah,
get-
Crash won Best
And
Picture,
that's
and
the
Crash
worst
was
movie.
garbage.
That is just terrible. We get it. Racism's bad. Got it.
Raquel only says that because she's racist and doesn't want people to pay attention to it.
Oh yeah, that could be.
She's like, we get it. Don't watch Crash. Don't see it. Don't pay attention to any of the messages.
All right, should we get to our next segment?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Here we go. Whoa.
What?
You know what?
Ominous.
Sometimes I read the news
No, you don't.
and I look at it and I wonder,
Yeah.
are we doomed?
Are we doing?
Are we? I'm seriously asking
I think we might be.
if
Maybe,
anyone
yeah.
knows. Like I don't know. It's a lot to take in, but I do sometimes feel like maybe
It's looking
we
grim.
might be doomed.
Yeah.
Fade it out, Brett. What's the point in music anymore?
Because of all the doom.
That's true.
Oh, that's why. Yeah.
Hey, what are we talking about? We're talking about the new Senate healthcare bill.
And more specifically, its effect on the opioid crisis.
Right?
Yeah.
We're doing an episode of Pretty Scary soon, which is all about America's thriving opioid epidemic.
Can you stop promoting that show on here?
I'll edit
Pretty
that out.
Spooky Boo.
I'll edit that out. I'm
Copyright the Monday Show. Pretty Scary, the show. Copyright the Monday Show.
sorry. Right. I made note of all that. I wrote it all down. But yeah, we're doing an episode about it, and it's really crazy how the opioid epidemic here started, because they used to not prescribe those. Like, they didn't prescribe them. They just gave them to
Yeah.
you if you were in the hospital for a long time, because it's a thing that you should be monitored while you're taking.
Yes.
And in the early 90s, the drug companies and doctors also just started this campaign where they were like, hey, guess what we found out?
Well, doctors got huge
A lot of money.
kickbacks.
A lot of money.
Well, they got kickbacks for it, but there's also this letter, which is what the podcast we're doing is mostly about. There's this letter that got circulated in the early 90s, which is just a few seconds or a few sentences long, but it got spread around so much that people started citing it as if it was an actual medical study, which it wasn't. And the basic thesis of it is that opioids are not addictive and not a problem if you take them long term. And so in the early 90s, doctors were just like, hey, we just found out you can take these all you want. And now people are hopelessly fucking addicted.
We saw that in the documentary that you sent us as homework
Yeah.
for this. What
It's
was
so
what's it
good.
called?
Warning, this drug might kill you,
Yeah.
I think.
Which is,
But
crazy.
they had a doctor doing a commercial where
Yeah.
he was saying
Yeah.
like, these aren't addictive. Anybody who tells you that, nope.
Was that a
it's-
doctor or was that
Or
an
an
actor
actor
paid by
playing a
Big
doctor.
Pharma?
Yeah,
Like-
like one or the other.
I feel like anybody who like willingly like they had a huge settlement at the end because they were like, yeah, we were lying.
Right.
Like these
Yeah,
were
but
hugely
then
addictive.
It turned
Like
out, and I didn't realize it was this widespread, but that 80% of heroin users out there started
Yeah.
from getting drugs that they were prescribed for
Right.
their pain. And then transitioned when they were cut off into using heroin. 80% of heroin users now.
yeah, it's
That
insane.
number is insane.
yeah, and it's mainly like there was a big push in the 2000s, like OxyContin, which was like
Yeah, even Rush
super-
Limbaugh got addicted to that and had to go to rehab.
Like OxyContin was so strong. And I mean, it used to be like Percocet, Vicodin; those were like your standards. And then OxyContin, like people were literally robbing pharmacies for OCs.
Yeah.
Like they were literally, and like I remember walking into pharmacies in the early 2000s, and they just had huge signs that say "We do not carry OxyContin,"
Right.
because they were getting held up for OxyContin.
Wow.
And the new healthcare bill that just came out from the Senate is basically setting us up for that again. Like this is a thing that happens every few years in this country where we just pass something that is going to wreck us for
decimate us.
generations.
Yeah.
Like when Reagan deregulated and shut down all of those mental health hospitals.
Yeah.
That fucked us.
Yeah, and it's funny when people look at this and they be like, addicts, and they make it seem like addicts are always the ones that are at fault for their addictions.
Right.
Yeah.
When it's like, fucking no, they were prescribed this by a doctor they trusted.
Yeah.
That ruined their lives.
There are so many athletes who, over time, especially in the NFL, which is the more physical of the sports, where like they end up having to sit a season out because they're just addicted to fucking pain pills.
You know what deals
happened to
with
Brett Favre's bitch ass?
You know what deals with this very well? Ballers.
Oh yeah,
I
Ballers
love that show. I
deals
can't wait
with
for
it.
it to come back.
yeah, it's a good show.
I hate how much I love Ballers.
Yeah, it's really
It's so good.
I
It's
just
such a-
started watching Silicon Valley. It's
Is it
also
good?
really good.
Is it
Yeah,
good?
it's really
All
funny.
right. All right, we'll get to
I
it.
didn't like
TJ Miller?
I didn't like the first season, but after the first season, it really takes off.
I really don't like TJ Miller.
I like
like
TJ
him.
Miller as a comedic actor. He's a fantastic
Yeah.
I like
comedic
him as
actor.
like a side character. Is that what he is?
No, well, I mean, there's 4 main characters basically in that show. So
It's Kumail Nanjiani, him, and then one of the guys
Thomas Middleditch.
and the guy from the end of The Office. Remember that nerdy the nerdy Weasley guy that worked for.
That's Thomas Middleditch.
Okay, yeah.
And but there's the guy with the glasses too from Party Down, who's fucking amazing. I can't ever think.
I
of
like
his
Party
name.
Down.
Yeah, Party Down was great.
I don't know what that is.
It was
a
a
show
great Stars
on
show
Stars.
about people that worked in catering.
Starred Jane Lynch and Adam. What's that guy's name?
I remember Ken Marino. Oh,
Yeah,
Adam
Ken Marino,
Adam
Adam-
Driver? No.
No.
What's the kid's name?
This is a good pod.
He was from Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec.
What the fuck is his name?
We know his name.
I've never seen Parks.
His name's
and Rec.
Adam. Anyway, so what happened with this stupid Senate health bill is before this passed, all of the states that are hardest hit by the opioid crisis asked for $45 billion in extra funding over the next 10 years just for this. Because this health bill gives states the right to opt out of covering substance abuse treatment, which is insane.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Garbage.
Right. It gives them the right to opt out of substance abuse, mental health, contraceptive treatment.
It's insane.
All of
You're
those
screwing
things.
over all of the people who don't have money already. Like they're already operating at a deficit, and you're
Right.
sticking it to them to give tax breaks to the wealthy. Like it sounds like a stupid Machiavellian comic book.
Yeah, it's basically what you just said. It's just them transferring wealth. It's them
Yeah.
taking tax dollars that should be going to
And that's not
healthcare
like-
that are going to healthcare
Now
now
these
and
people aren't
giving
going
it
to get a pony at their birthday party. It's like these are people who are suffering.
Right.
They genuinely need health care.
Yeah.
Like they need their drug abuse, their mental. Like if you have
And
women's
heroin's
issues,
affordable
it's just
for
Yeah,
compared
that's-
to like
That's the
compared to
problem.
opioids,
the
Compared
pills.
to opioids, it's way more affordable.
yeah, and way more overdosable.
Yeah.
Like
And
I-
so they asked for $45 billion over 10 years. What they got was a promise that they would get $2 billion in 2018 and no promises beyond that. And one of the examples I looked at, Ohio spent over $900 million, $939 million on the drug epidemic last year.
Wow.
And Medicaid covered 70% of that.
Wow.
So what would happen under this bill is instead of Medicaid covering 70%, because they've cut that funding to $2 billion, which Ohio would then share with the rest of the 50 states, Medicaid would now cover 4%.
That's nothing. There's people just dying and suffering.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's going to be
And these are real people. I've had friends who were heroin addicts before who were good people who unfortunately were also addicted to heroin.
Yeah.
I've had family
Jeff,
that
yeah.
were.
Yeah, it's and it's really through no fault of their own. This isn't even like when cocaine hit the streets and people were just like, oh, it's a new form of cocaine I can do. These are people who
crack.
in a lot of cases have been
Well, you're letting Big Farm dupe them into getting addicted to a drug. And then you're just leaving them to their own devices.
Right.
Like you're not giving them any other option. And rehab is so expensive. I had no idea.
Oh yeah,
like
it's crazy.
If a person, I always thought like, maybe that's naive. I thought, if a person wants to get better, of course they can just make the decision and go to rehab. It is crazy expensive.
It's like $30,000 for a month of rehab.
There are people who are legitimately like they're done. They don't want to do heroin anymore, but they have to because they get dope sick. And it's like, but you can't. There's no rehab for them.
In Worcester, there were hospitals with huge waiting lists because they just couldn't take enough people in.
Right.
That were it's like you can go to an expensive rehab or you can go to this one that's government funded and we can take you in 3 months.
Right. And there used to be lots of those, and that's
the North.
Fucking Reagan shut down.
The Northeast was almost like a testing ground for it. So the Northeast has a huge heroin problem. Starting, I'm guessing, somewhere around Ohio. I mean, it's everywhere. It's across the country, but it was really big in the Northeast.
Yeah.
A lot of sports injuries, especially with collegiate athletes. That was a big problem too. Young athletes in college were prescribed these, and that's how it happened.
Yeah, we did a episode. We have a podcast called You Should Watch This Documentary, which is about documentaries you should watch, and we did one about a documentary called Heroin Town.
I tried to look that up, but I couldn't find it on anything unless you wanted to like pay for it. It's not on a stream.
It's on YouTube.
Is that like Watertown, Connecticut, or something?
I didn't check there.
It's Willimantic, Connecticut, which if you look at the statistics, like compared to the bigger cities around it, their heroin problem is
crazy,
seriously out of control. Like the deaths and arrests from heroin in that small town are way off the charts compared to bigger towns around them. But it's Northeast. That's a huge.
Worcester is like the heroin capital of the country.
Yeah. Need I remind you, The Wire is about heroin. That's
what?
The Wire, one of the best shows on television of all time.
I don't know what that is.
Sure.
What is that?
It was a boring show that was on. Don't worry about it.
Intensity eagle flying high.
More like the whiner over here. Adam, high five me.
No, I didn't do that.
Yeah, that was a sweet high five from Adam Todd Brown.
I didn't do that.
Getting high fives all day from Adam Todd Brown.
Can we talk off camera later?
We're not on camera.
Yeah, what do you want to say?
This is a camera. Shut up. Never mind.
Adam, I'm off the camera. What do you need?
We'll just do it. We'll do it later.
Are you sure?
We're going to do it later.
Okay, we'll get back on the microphone?
Do you want?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we're back, I guess.
We're
What
back,
would you guys
everybody.
say?
Nothing.
I had my headphones on.
It's not important.
Yeah, me and Jeff did that sitcom thing where we walk 4 feet away so no one can hear us talk loudly in the living room.
Hey, Raquelle's a dick, right?
We did I watched an
That felt
episode
uncalled
of
for.
Family Ties not too long. It was the Speed Trap episode where Alex starts taking
Love that
speed.
episode.
It's so great because there's that scene where he plays Monopoly and he just fucking whips the dice across the living room, and it's so funny. But right after that, Mallory like stands him up and walks him like 6 feet away from the table and is like, "Alex, you're out of control." It's like they can hear you in real life.
Those
You
hippie
should
parents.
go to another room or something.
Did you know the dad and
outside.
the mom, the actor Meredith Baxter Burney and whoever the hell the dad is, same exact birthday?
That's weird. I don't
Wow.
like that.
Isn't that weird?
That is weird.
Like
That
same
had to
age and
suck on
everything.
set.
Yeah. I had a friend who had the same birthday as me. Weird.
What
Yeah, I
would
don't
we
like
do, baby, without us? What would we do, baby?
Then that friend would like glob onto you because you're more popular, and then be like, "Let's just have a party together."
Yeah.
And then
That's how it works.
We can't love each
What's going
other.
on, Jeff?
What would we do, baby?
he's doing that "We Are the World." Like, oh yeah, there we go.
go.
Oh, that was fun. So, yeah, the
You know what else is fun? Opioids.
opioids are a lot of fun.
And a lot of people are going to die and suffer from their addictions
Yeah.
because of this.
The Secretary of Health and Human Services, which is a man named Tom Price, or is it Tom? Yeah, Tom Price.
Tom Price.
He defended these changes to existing healthcare laws and questioned whether Medicaid even makes that much of a difference in
Fucking
Wow. Yes.
And what's
Yes, it
crazy
does.
is Trump, he just appointed it's called the Commission on Why am I trying to read way across the room?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Commission
right
on Combating Drug Addiction and the Opioid Crisis. He just put this commission together, and their first meeting was spent bitching about this new healthcare bill and how it doesn't do enough to allow Medicaid to help with the opioid crisis.
I feel like there's something I'm missing too, and maybe I just don't. I can't put the pieces together. But doesn't it seem like our government all of a sudden has been very cool about the entire population being able to be drugged? Like whether it's the legalization of marijuana and like really, really strong strains or antidepressants, they'll just give them out like candy and opioids.
Opiate of the masses.
They're
Quite
just all of a
literally.
sudden, it's just like, hey, it's fine for everybody to be drugged, and then what? And then no care for that?
Yeah. The new opiate of the
Like,
masses?
What?
Opiates.
What's the long
Yeah.
game?
Yeah.
You're so funny.
But it's kind of true, too.
Yeah, I mean...
Because the thing about opiates, like weed, I guess could be that kind of drug where it keeps people calm, but not really. But opiates, like the thing people
Man.
like about heroin is that it makes all of your feelings go away.
Yeah, everything
Like
feel-
they just vanish.
Fucking, I love Vicodin and Percocet.
Yep.
Like, I fucking love them. Like,
I've never had it before.
Oh, they're great.
They're so
Yeah, I always stayed away
my
from
God,
like
they're so
pharmaceutical
much fun.
pill type drugs, except for like ecstasy. I'll take that.
I become very like
Sure.
not giving
Acid.
a fuck when I'm on, when I take like
Yes,
like,
everyone does.
It kills like
That's
the
the whole
it
point.
kind of kills the pain, but it really makes you not care about the pain. So I'm like, my fucking teeth hurt, but I don't fucking care. This is a blast. And then I sing drugs a bunch of times.
drugs. Jeff does drugs.
I do the Axel F. I
So-
go drugs, 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 drugs,
And then another
drugs, 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 drugs.
Keep going.
We got it,
I
we
want to
got
hear
it.
the whole.
Yeah,
I'd
we
like
got
to
it.
hear the whole song personally.
But why is our government all of a sudden so cool with everybody like
Because
getting
there
high?
is a-
Because they're not cool. Like the government's not cool.
Because
It'd be a
there
whole
is
lot cooler if they were.
because there's a goddamn authoritarian leader in power, and that's what they want. They want the masses to be calm.
But I
And
mean,
it's
this
not.
stuff,
It's not
but-
just calm though. It's your own life is so screwed up that you can't look at things outside of yourself.
Well, yeah, I mean,
you're either calm because you're drugged, or you're trying to get out of that, and your entire life is falling apart. So you can't focus on the bigger things at hand.
Right. Yeah, there's a whole lot of ways they're distracting us. What worries me, and I brought this up on a podcast a while back, is that healthcare is the thing that's going to give this country to the Republicans for decades. Because if
Yeah.
it really comes down to a matter of, because California, the thing with making it a states' rights issue is California can and is already working on their own version of a single payer healthcare plan where if you're a resident of California, you just get health insurance no matter what.
Oh, I would love that.
And I would love that too. But what it's also, by making it a state issue, what it's going to do is people who can't get health care
Are coming
in
here when they get
other
cancer.
states, or who, maybe they can get health care, but they can't afford to live because of their health care bills, they're going to move to California.
Yeah.
And they're obviously not going to vote for Trump, but it doesn't really matter because they're in California
No,
where
we're
their
gonna have
vote won't matter.
A weird borders issue within our own the United States.
Yeah, and we see that now, like with like stupid things like Colorado legalizing weed, and then all of a sudden everyone's like, "Stop coming to Colorado!" It's like, stop legalizing weed, and people won't. Like, don't have cool shit, and people won't come to your state. And that will happen when California has single payer health care, is people will move here, and a lot of us will start going, "Stop moving to California." And it's like people
I'm
have
already
to,
saying that to
like
people, though.
people have to fucking move here at that point because it's their only option.
No, it's the same as like people who go to Canada. There was that website, Hook a Canuck or whatever, where people who needed health care, Canadians signed up and said, like,
Yeah.
I'll marry this person on paper so that they can have health care.
Yeah. Yeah, and
the
what
only
that
negative is you have to be married to a Canadian.
for sure.
I love Canadians so much. Sorry, Jeff. They're just so nice. Well, they're like they're funny and nice.
Look into their police.
They have
sometime.
milk in a bag.
Their police are
I
monsters.
do like that bagged milk though.
They have that in the
really like
Midwest
it.
too.
Gross.
Bag milk. Yeah.
It doesn't work there.
Doesn't work for me.
But yeah,
It's like a fat girl in a couture gown. Like, it's still a good thing, but
Raquelle.
wow.
Wow.
The body
all
shaming
seen-
episode.
You know what? Jeff has been body shaming our cat Jeff, because she gained a little bit of weight, and all he does is he's like projecting his own body dysmorphia issues onto our cat, and she's saying
Don't do that, Jeff.
real mean jokes to her.
She's gained. She when we brought her in, she weighed like 7 pounds, and she is at like 10 and change now.
Well, probably because she has access to food.
Baby food.
Yeah.
Jesus,
Well,
Jeff.
it was so. He says the meanest
We've
jokes
been
right
feeding
to her
them.
face.
We were feeding them for 7 months before we took them in. It's not like they didn't have access to food.
She's been through a stressful, traumatic time, and it's not like she's dating. Why shame her?
Why?
Fat bitch.
How funny would it be if ESPN, the magazine, started doing a body shaming issue too, with just like John Daly and all
Prince
these
Fielder on that one too.
all these fucking out of shape athletes. Look at this fat ass.
David Wells.
I would read that. All right, should we get to our last segment?
I just want to add one thing. If you're one
Nope.
of those people that talks about addicts and they're just like, they got themselves into that,
Yeah.
fuck you. Because most of the time they didn't. So fuck
And
you.
even if they did, that's a person who's hurting. You're going to sit there while somebody's suffering and be like, you brought this on yourself. I mean, like your
see-
pain receptors are draining out. If you're dope sick, it's horrible. Have you seen somebody go through withdrawal from heroin?
Yeah.
For you to throw anything back in their face at that point and be like, you know what, I really don't have to help here. You're a dirtbag.
I see that with a lot of people from back home, like a lot of never left my hometown people, where like they're like, I don't see why my money should have to help people who made a bad decision.
Because if you
It's
needed
like-
help, you'd want somebody to lend a hand, you
it's like,
jackass.
It's not a fucking decision. They were tricked
Right.
by millionaires so the millionaires could get richer.
Yeah, given by a doctor who
you're
used to be
taking-
so trusted.
And
That
you're
was
taking the millionaire side.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
But that's how it almost always works. It's just another in a long line of things where people are like, "Oh, well, it doesn't impact me. So why is this a thing I have to care about?" And what I hate is when inevitably people like that, if they're really vocal about it, eventually it does impact them.
It will always
does
eventually
anyway.
impact.
And then they immediately change their mind. Like now, well, it's impacting me, so I guess
like that
this
the
is a
lady
problem
whose
we should
husband was
address.
deported.
Yeah, like
exactly like that.
fuck her.
Like I feel
The
bad
Trump
for
voter
him,
who's-
and I don't feel bad for her.
No, yeah, she actively participated in getting her husband deported, as did 50% of white women in the country.
Fuck you, 54% of white women.
Was it
That was
54%?
really- it was so
54%.
Yeah.
disappointing.
All right, let's get to our last segment. Oh, man.
Why is all the music so creepy today? I don't like it.
Because it's a creepy episode, y'all.
It's skeeved out.
Creep
I
episode.
don't like it.
This is a segment we call conspiracy theorizing.
Because guess what? The truth,
The truth, where is it?
it's out there.
Is it out there?
It's out there.
I don't even see it.
What's up? What's
What happened? Sorry, what? Sorry, what?
Fade it out.
Truth.
What's that now?
What's up?
I could see your credibility scores just lowering.
What's up? Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
What are we talking about?
We're talking about Banksy.
Banksy.
Oh, yeah.
You know Banksy,
The artist.
the artist, or possibly group of several artists, depending on what story you believe. But he obviously, no one knows his real identity for sure, but he might have just accidentally had his identity outed. How exciting!
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome because of how it got outed and everything, and like who did it. The whole situation I find very funny.
He avoided going to the Academy Awards, didn't he? When Exit Through the Gift Shop was nominated for something, and everybody thought, is he going to show up? Is this going to be where we find out who Banksy is? And he didn't.
Yeah.
So it would be kind of sad if he gets outed because just the slip of the tongue of somebody talking about nothing.
Kind of funny.
Kind of like it though. It's funny.
Why?
How
I like
disappointing
Banksy.
would it be if Banksy is just so anti-commercialization the whole time, and then he's up for a fucking Oscar? So he's like, all right, never mind, I'm coming. This is me.
I'd be really funny.
Oscar winner Banksy right here, everybody.
It'd be really even better if Banksy was just like Shepard Fairey, just like some other artist.
Yeah.
I do this on the side. I do stencil work on the side.
So what happened is there's a UK musician named Goldie who is one of the strangest looking people I've
Great.
ever seen.
Did you ever see Snatch? You know the movie Snatch?
yes.
Yeah,
I did.
man.
He's the blonde black guy in the pawn
He's one
shop
black guy is.
that he keeps bringing all. He's like, it's a moissanite and it's worth fuck all. He's like the guy at the pawn shop. He's like the
kinda
gangster.
remember that.
I create the bodies. I don't erase.
Well,
the
anyway,
bodies.
he's just an actor.
That's Goldie.
He's an
It's
actor and a
Goldie.
musician.
All right, cool.
In the UK, and he is also friends with Banksy. And he was on a podcast where they were talking about the commercialization of street art, and he said this: "Give me a bubble letter and put it on a T-shirt and write Banksy on it, and we're sorted," which I think means we're good.
Can you do the
It's
accent,
like
please?
Oh, sorry.
I'm supposed to be Goldie
dear.
did this.
Well, give me a bubble letter and put it on a
should I do
T-shirt
it?
and write Banksy on it, and we're sorted. We can sell it now. No disrespect to Rob. I think he's a brilliant artist.
He is.
I think he's flipped the world of art over.
He is.
And that's the thing. He was talking about Banksy, but he said Rob.
He said Rob, he did.
He said Rob.
Hello, my name is Rob. Osby Banksy, me B.
I'm Banksy. I'm going to paint a rat on your house.
Rob Banksy.
That's good.
That's really good. That's really good. I like that.
But here's the thing. I've read this. I still haven't tracked down this podcast to hear the exact quote, because the first time I read this, it said, "No disrespect to Robert," which that's a big detail, because there's also a guy, an artist named Robin Gunningham, that people have claimed is Banksy.
That's actually Randall Cunningham.
So what people are speculating is there have been rumors about two guys: Robert Del Naja, who is the founder of the UK band Massive Attack,
Which is great.
Yeah.
Great band.
great band, and Robin Gunningham, who is an artist. They have both been kind of bandied about as possibly being Banksy in the past. So it does actually matter if he said Rob or Robert, because if he just said Rob, we still don't really know.
Yeah.
But if he said Robert, it's probably the guy from
That's
Massive
the only
Attack.
Robert in the UK, to my knowledge.
There's only one.
It's just the one.
There's only one, there
There's
is.
not more.
It's Robert
Yeah.
Plant.
Robert Plant.
Robert. Oh, two then. All right, I stand corrected. It's two, actually. It's not bad. Two.
Doing he can't help but do his stupid Robert Plant's shrill voice while he's spray painting. What's funny, I like the connection that Goldie was in Snatch and Massive Attack is on the Snatch soundtrack.
Oh, what?
Settled.
I mean, you know,
Is that intense?
Yeah, that's intense
Wow.
information.
that's important information.
I thought the intensity eagle was for like tension in the room.
That could.
What happened there?
I think the eagle didn't fly. I think I hit it too
Did
hard.
you hit two buttons?
No, I hit
Yeah.
it too hard. Let's try it again, see if
Okay.
I can recreate it by hitting it too hard.
No.
I hit it too hard. See, that's what happened.
It's very tense in here. This is the tensest Monday show we've had thus far. Oh, broke the tension a bit. All right, then. So,
Go on.
your chair squeaking is so loud, Jeff.
Welcome to the Sound Effects Show.
Okay, so what were you saying?
I don't know. I don't remember anymore.
Yeah,
what we're
who
talking
knows
about.
anymore?
You
Here's
asked
the thing,
about-
though. I don't actually want to know Banksy's identity. I
Yeah,
like that
it's-
he's anonymous.
Yeah, it's
I don't. Is anyone out there going like, we got to figure out who this guy is, or are we just going like, it's like Robin Hood? We're
am.
fine to not.
Yeah. Like, I wish Ghostface Killer from the Wu-Tang Clan would have
Banksy?
kept that mask on his entire fucking career. Because I don't know how much you remember about the Wu-Tang, but when they first came out, he wore a mask. And later I found out, I read somewhere, I think it was because he had warrants when they recorded their first video.
Oh,
That is so great.
It's just amazing. But he called himself Ghostface Killer, and he always concealed his identity. And I was like, oh my God, do that forever.
MF
and he
Doom-
immediately gave up on that.
Did MF Doom, does he always keep the mask on?
I don't know, but I know who MF Doom is.
Yeah.
So
I liked when Daft Punk when they were like, fuck it, masks forever. And
heavy
like,
helmets
Yeah.
forever.
Like
They're-
Bono did like a diluted version of that with sunglasses.
Yeah.
with bug eye sunglasses. Did you ever see the Daft Punk documentary?
No.
It's really fascinating. It's really cool.
There's that Dead Mouse guy too. Who
Yeah, but
always wears the
he only wears it when he's performing though. Like he's
yeah.
Wait, does
He
Daft
just
Punk,
looks like-
are they at like Trader Joe's in those masks and whatnot?
they're super anonymous, but Dead Mouse puts
feel like
himself
that-
out there.
I feel like if you have a nice house and a stash of those mouse heads in a closet, you can probably convince good 70 to 80% of the EDM fans you meet that you're Dead Mouse.
That's fair enough. Well, he puts out videos and stuff. Like he has a YouTube page where he like talks. He has like a vlog.
Yeah, but that's for like hardcore fans.
And he just looks like a motocross guy. Like
Like a
that's all.
cat.
He just looks like a dude that's really into motocross.
That
was
used
really
to happen
weird.
to Slipknot a lot. The lead singer,
Corey
people would like
Taylor.
go around Iowa pretending to be him because that band is from Iowa. And
He's like jacked, isn't he?
they like met each other once. Like the guy like was in the room when this guy was like Corey Taylor was in the room when this guy was impersonating him
Whoa.
and like confronted him about it.
And he
That's
was like, I
amazing.
will kill you.
I will murder you. I
But
really
then
want
they
to see
came to like a
Slipknot
nice
in
compromise
concert.
where the guy just said, "I'll only sleep with like 4s or less."
Right, right.
Yeah, I'll take all your chaff. It's like a remora, the Slipknot remora.
So yeah, Banksy. Maybe,
I don't
maybe
care.
maybe
no,
he's
we
that
like
guy.
him.
I don't
like
care
him.
either way.
I like him, but I don't need to know who he is.
Yeah, I do. I like his. I mean, his art
fine,
is
yeah.
His
great.
art is good. It's good stuff. I like the message it usually that it's sending, and it's nice.
Peace and love.
Yeah.
Is there a lot of like pro-war?
No.
And what's
artists.
what's the name of? Like, didn't he open a really sad amusement park in Europe too?
Oh yeah, it was
Disneyland Paris?
Disneyland.
It's like
it was a
Dismayland or something like that.
You're not as far off as you think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's like a Disneyland knockoff, but it's all very apocalyptic and depressing looking.
Disneyland Paris is the good one, and Euro Disney was the one they had to like revamp, right?
No. Disneyland Paris was not good.
Oh, and then Euro Disney's the good one.
I don't know if there was a
There's
good
one that's
but-
good.
Are either of
but
them even
Disneyland
open
Paris-
anymore?
It's well,
I
no,
don't
yeah,
know.
one of them's good and one of them's trash.
I went to Disneyland Paris and it was fine, but they just had like the cast-offs from the USA
Yeah.
Disneyland stuff.
I heard
it was not great.
The Tokyo Disneyland is insane.
I heard that was good too.
I heard it's
from
so
Jeff.
great.
He told me that.
I just heard it just now when Jeff said it too.
Like they have different licensing, I guess, so they can do more stuff out there.
Bunch of Hitler characters because Japan loves Hitler
no,
for
it's
some
Weird,
reason.
no,
sexy
that's
Mickey
Thailand.
Mouse.
Thailand loves Hitler.
No, it's Japan too. It's not just Thailand.
Oh, guys, who doesn't love Hitler?
Yeah.
Are you sure Japan does? Because I feel like they're a lot of connected to World War II. I know Thailand has a huge thing with Hitler. They have like Hitler.
I mean,
chicken
yeah,
and
they're
stuff.
connected to World War II. They were on Hitler's side.
Yeah,
I know you
which
said that,
means
but I
they're
lived in
usually
Thailand.
like
I never saw anything about that or heard anything about that either. I know that you've said it and you've shown me the, but
you-
I don't.
Nazi chic, the Asian fashion craze that just won't die. Yeah, I don't. It's not just
the
Thailand.
craze of Nazi chic sweeps Bangkok as teens dress up as cartoon
Didn't like
Hitlers.
Prince Harry or whatever dress up as a Nazi for like Halloween or something or
Didn't he? Yeah, I
costume
think he
party?
might have, yeah.
I feel like that's just some people are dumb.
Uniforms and other imagery related to Nazi Germany are sold in East and Southeast Asia, where some consider it fashionable. Hong Kong and Japan have each witnessed a growth in the casual wearing of SS uniforms.
Damn.
The casual wearing, like going out to meet some friends. This
Going to the-
dress or this
Got my
SS
cargo
uniform?
shorts.
Going to the beach.
So, yeah, I shouldn't just leave that Wikipedia page up about.
Oh, you're already on the list now.
Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah, that's fine.
Listcast.
I'm on the Nazi
top
chic
lists
list.
we're on.
So yeah, Banksy, whatever. We should get the fuck out of here, shouldn't
we go?
Let's.
Because we have to record a voicemail episode after this.
You're
That's
a
true.
voicemail episode.
Don't do that. That's
Wow,
not a nice
Jeff.
hand gesture.
And you flip me off after.
Is that roasting someone when you just flip them off?
I'll
Is
roast
that-
you too.
Whoa.
Really?
You idiot. Boom.
Ooh, it's like the end of 8 Mile in here.
It is.
I'm going to puke mom's spaghetti all over you.
Oh, hey, rest in peace, Prodigy from Mobb Deep. Died over the weekend.
What? Wait, what?
The lead rapper from Mobb Deep, which if you've seen 8 Mile, the song Eminem raps over at the end is a Mobb Deep song called Shook Ones. And one of the lead rappers in Mobb Deep died, which it's either from complications related to sickle cell anemia, or he died the way Jeff will inevitably die. He choked on an egg in the hospital.
Oh, dear.
No one has really clarified which of those things
Well,
killed
those
him.
two things go hand in hand.
Joke's on you.
Yeah.
I'll never be able to afford going to a hospital.
No, that's a good
That's
point.
true.
There's a great story. If you look up Prodigy and Lindsay Lohan, there's a great story about when he went out to the club with Lindsay Lohan. She like invited him out. Look it up, Google it. It's so fucking incredible.
I will.
It's really great.
What happened? Just tell me now.
No, I want to go. It's a little homework for everyone to do. But
Yeah.
it's really funny. I don't want to take up more time with it.
Oh.
It's like kind of a long story, but it's really
I
great.
just feel like you gave the build up and then you didn't
Nope,
deliver.
I gave the assignment.
Yeah. I don't want any spoilers.
Mint on Card is the second Friday of every month.
Never heard of
Beautiful
it.
Blast from the Past in Magnolia in Burbank, California.
And it's 7 p.m.?
It is 7 p.m. doors. Show starts at 7:30. Get there at 7. We are starting to run out of chairs now because we're popular. We're growing. No. Also, July 6th, I can be at the Dark Horse Tavern in Tarzana at 7:30, and then I'll be in Hollywood after that at 8 o'clock. And on July 24th, you can catch me at Britannia Pub at 9:30 in Santa Monica.
Very nice.
Adam?
You should, if you want to hear this show every week, you should subscribe on Patreon.
Which, why wouldn't you?
$5. Yeah, exactly. $5 a month. You get. We're doing more like 12 episodes a week now.
We added 30 goddamn episodes a week.
We added some weekend podcasts. We moved Vanessa, and the outtakes and Take a Walk both come out on weekends now.
Take a walk.
So yeah, you should subscribe.
Good job, honey. That was a good joke. You know what? We blew past it, and it was a good joke.
No, I disagree. I didn't think it was that good.
I got to side with Adam on this.
I think you guys
He's
should
turned
subscribe.
me.
Thank you.
Anyway.
So yeah, subscribe on Patreon. You can't come to our backyard cookout because it's sold out, but come to the Darkest Hour, the second Friday of every month, 11:30 p.m., Westside Comedy Theater, and keep on the lookout for a new monthly Unpops live show that we will be doing in Glendale, California.
Yeah,
That's
we
cool.
will.
And we're maybe also shooting for doing a live podcast somewhere every month in LA.
That's what we can do.
We got a lot of things in the works.
Yeah, we got a lot
You
of
lucky
things.
sons of bitches.
Growing the brand, and all of you that were there and from the very beginning, you're going to reap the rewards.
No.
You new guys have to really prove earn
you
your
have to work
stripes.
for
Don't
it.
think that you can
New
just
people have
walk
to
in
work
here
for
and
it.
get the same stuff as the seniors, freshmen.
All right. Do we have anything else?
No.
All right.
Find us on social media.
Yeah.
Do not do that.
Hey there, Jeffro.
Nope.
That's Jeff.
Or you can
Raquelle
find me
Jason,
at
that's me.
Raquelle Jason. RAQUELLE JASONLLE.
I'm at Jeff
No,
is
not LLE.
Jeff is stupid on Twitter.
No, that's not it.
It is. That's my Twitter handle now. Jeff is stupid. Look it up. Follow
gonna
me.
change
We
mine
follow
too.
It
me.
is not. What is your actual Twitter handle? I follow you, but I don't know that you're
my name,
Let's look at
Adam Todd Brown.
Adam Todd Brown. Okay.
With one D.
More like
That's
Adam
me.
Dick Brown.
Wow. Intensity Eagle, please.
Son of a bitch.
No.
How
no,
dare
no.
you? You don't touch this thing.
You're gonna have to get like a little sneeze guard kind of looking thing for that to keep Jeff away from it.
I don't
We
like
should-
the way this is going.
We should go.
Yeah, we should.
Let's go.
Let's get out of here. Raquel, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Jeff, say goodbye.
You get the Banksy rookie card, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody. We love you.
We do love you.